On this edition of KSOP Cross Country, our guests are from Alliance House. They are the Executive Director, Paige Huff. And Paige, what changes have you had to make to your programming because of COVID-19?
We've had to make some significant changes. Back in March, on March 17th, we had to make the decision to physically close the clubhouse in order to keep our staff and members safe. At that time, we then went to a virtual clubhouse. One of the philosophies of Clubhouse is we're not going to stop supporting our members for any reason, especially a pandemic. And so we went to a virtual clubhouse and did a lot of things together over Zoom. Fortunately, on June 8th, we were able to softly open our physical doors. And we've been open now since then. We are in Salt Lake City proper, so we do have the restrictions that are placed, are being housed in that area. We can only have 20 people in the building at any time, and so we continue to still have a virtual clubhouse, and then we also have the physical clubhouse. We do have masks on at all times. The biggest thing that we've really been focusing on is making sure that our members know that they're supported and that we're there for them and that they're there for each other. So there's been a large focus on reaching out to members, calling them on a regular basis, seeing how they're doing, seeing if they need anything. We're doing mobile deliveries of essential items to ensure that our members have the resources that they need. And we continue to do a lunch every day for free for our members where they can come curbside and pick up a healthy meal because a lot of our members don't have access to that.
What would you like to tell us about the three units or pillars within Alliance House and what they look like right now because of the pandemic?
The business unit is responsible for the finances of Alliance House. Members and staff in this unit process all funding coming into the clubhouse as well as complete all expenditures. This is done through the purchase orders, processing checks, the utilization of QuickBooks, Neon, our donor database, and reconciliation. The business unit is also responsible for the management of the housing unit and all maintenance needs. During COVID-19, this unit has had to rely on virtual units to complete many of these tasks. We are limited to no more than 10 people in this space at any time. Luckily, in an age of technology, many of these functions can be done by staff and members working together over Zoom from the safety of their own homes.
The culinary unit prepares lunch for the clubhouse. The staff and members that work in this unit plan a weekly menu, research the recipe, and prepare a daily lunch for over 30 people. Because of the pandemic, we can have no more than 5 people in the kitchen. And these lunches are being prepared with very limited help. In order to decrease the risk of transmission, Alliance House is no longer able to have dining in the clubhouse. Many members rely on the healthy lunch of Alliance House daily, and we are committed to continue to provide this for our members. We also write a personal message on each to-go bag to remind the members that we care about them and we miss them.
The Career Development Unit is responsible for the marketing, communications, and management of our education and employment programs. The 2 staff that work in this unit have highly compromised immune systems and have not been able to physically return to the clubhouse. They have done a fantastic job on working with members to develop a completely virtual unit. During business hours, this unit is available from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Members and staff work together on Zoom to complete the tasks that would typically be completed in the clubhouse. A major focus on the virtual unit is to ensure that we are communicating with our members. This unit does daily reach-out calls to members to check in on them and to make sure that they're safe and they're doing okay. They create and send cards to members, develop our monthly newsletter, prepare all written communications, and manage email. They are currently planning our virtual graduation ceremony for our members that are receiving their high school diploma.
My name's Michael Peck. I'm a staff at Alliance House. When I got the news that we were physically closing the clubhouse, I was worried on 2 fronts. One was job security, of course, because I was like, oh no, like we're closing, that's pretty scary. The other was just I was thinking about the impact that it'd have on the members because it was such, like, this place is such a staple for them to come to, and you know, you see the same people, 20 people every single day, and to like acknowledge that they can't come anymore, that was a little that was a little scary. My feelings with us closing, like the job difference changed. I was a little bit more bummed out because I'd come every single day and, we'd have the people hanging around outside, which was kind of devastating, because obviously they wanted a place to come to and they didn't really know, kind of threw their world in turmoil. So for them just kind of like hanging out outside, that kind of like bummed me out a little bit, especially because I couldn't let them in. I felt like I was making less of an impact. It felt more business, because that's really all it was, I just sit in the business unit and handle the bills, and I do my best. We would do our best for reach outs and stuff, but it didn't feel as powerful as, working side by side. When we physically closed down and we couldn't let anybody in but the limited number of staff, we still had members that would show up and just kind of hang out because they really had nowhere else to go. They didn't want to stay at home and they didn't really have any other social circles. This place was such a staple for them. So they would come and just hang out outside and wait until lunch was served, and even after lunch was served, they'd still hang out outside, and every now and then we'd go pop open the door and have like a conversation just to see how they were doing. But obviously we couldn't let them in, so it was a little heartbreaking to kind of see how important this place was for them, that they still would come when they weren't allowed inside. Emotionally, for me, how it's been since we've been allowed to reopen, I feel a lot better, because you see the people that that I was saying before that I would see every single day, we see them again. So it really just shows how, even in the face of COVID, how important this place was to members, because braving all the possibilities of getting it and all of our rules for COVID rules, they're still here every day with a smile and they still want to participate. So it just goes to show just how important this place was for them, that they just jumped at the chance to come back as soon as we were able to let them in. So it's made me feel a lot better just knowing that we're open again and that they have access to us to come in and belong.
I am Jonathan Jones and I am a member of Alliance House. I was in a homeless shelter and I was getting into Alliance House. I got into Alliance House housing and I also participated on the Zoom. Right now I am working and participating with Alliance House as I can. If it wasn't for Alliance House, I probably wouldn't try working.
My name is Kavian and I've been member of the Alliance House since 2015, March 30th, up to look right now. I don't know, I cannot really explain it. It's the same for me as I do in Clubhouse. We used to do the same works. We do outreaches, we do cards, we do like newsletters, Facebook posts and all that stuff that Clubhouse, but they doing it on Zoom.
What do you like the most about attending the virtual Clubhouse?
Not being alone. I live with the different other people in the house, so I respect their opinions. They said that don't go in shacks because there's a lot of different people comes up there, so that's what. The reason I respect their opinions is because I live with them. Also, I have my grandma who lives with me, but she's not here right now, but she will be back tomorrow. And she's around maybe 70 or 80 years old, and they're mostly what they don't want is because of her. They said that she's old, if she gets sick or whenever it's too hard to contain somebody like her to get it. I don't know, it's I just respect my parents' opinion. That's how I can explain it. I cannot tell you exactly what it is, but.
No, and I think that's really great.
I just miss people in person, and God bless America. It's over.